I was born into a family that consisted of my father, John, his wife at the time, my older brother, Robert, and my older sister, Nadine. My parents divorced when I was 3 years old. My father remarried shortly after that to my new mother, Rose. Rose, my mom, took in 2 grown children and 1 child under her wings and raised us as her own. My mom, in my eyes, is the true definition of a powerful woman. Our parents then blessed us with a little sister, Joanna, who today is not only my blood, but my best friend. After my parents divorced, my older sister and I would visit our biological mother every Sunday, and then every second Sunday, until Sundays were no longer spent with her. I always wondered if being part of a nuclear family would have changed my life, and if being around my birth mother would affect my life differently. Yes, the thought is pretty sad, but I truly believe that it was all for the best. And today I feel I could say I've been very fortunate in a situation society would have deemed unfortunate. The hand I've been dealt with has shaped me into who I am today. I've never considered the divorce to be a negative deal in my life, but instead took it as something positive. I was truly happy. I was born in Canada, but I come from a Middle Eastern background. My father, John, is Palestinian. My birth mother is Lebanese. My parents have always had a strict way of raising us. I wasn't allowed to do most of the things my peers were allowed to do when I was in high school, like go to parties or have sleepovers. But as I got older, I finally understood why they put so many restrictions on us. It was to protect us. My parents' priority was for us to have a proper education. They encouraged us to do very well in school. And without school, I don't know where I would be today. I mean, more than half of my life experience has come from being in school. I learned many things from many of my professors, and I've also learned many things from my friends. In school is where I learned many values and views of the world. It's where I met the people who are still in my life today. They've seen me through my ups and downs, my goods and my bads. My parents have encouraged and guided me to be the independent woman I am today. They continue to support me and push me to achieve the best I can in my life. And for this, I can say I am truly grateful to have such an amazing father, mother, and siblings to call my own.
I was born into a family that consisted of my father Franco, my mother Lena, my older brother and sister Dominic and Maria, and myself. I guess you can call us a typical nuclear family. Both my father and mother immigrated from Italy. My father from a town named Caserta, and my mother from a town in Calabria. My mother was the first child from 5, and she moved to Canada with her parents. She eventually met my dad while visiting family in Italy, and they ultimately got married, and my father moved to Canada to be with my mother. I come from a big family overall. As I already mentioned, my mom has 4 other siblings, and my father has a brother and sister who still live in Italy. Most of my dad's family is still living in Italy, but my mother's parents and siblings are all here in Montreal. We are all really close to each other and live within 5 minutes of each other, so it is no surprise the closeness that we have. As a child, I basically grew up with my grandparents. I loved spending my days at my Nana and Nono's house rather than being enrolled in daycare. I got to learn so much about them and our culture, and I was able to make so many memories with them that I will never forget. They taught me so many values in life, such as the value of respect and love. They taught me to never take anything for granted in life, and I think they helped my parents shape me into the individual I am today. People always tell me that it must have affected my childhood not seeing my parents every day until late evening when they would come home from work, but I tell them that it was quite the opposite. Yes, it was a very hard lifestyle because I would have to wake up every day at around 4:30 in the morning so that my dad could drop me off at my grandparents' house, but it didn't bother me. I got to spend my evenings and weekends with my parents, and during that time, they raised me to be the person I am today. Most of what I know today I learned from my parents and older siblings. My parents, they taught me the importance of school and education. They taught me that quality is better than quantity, which was their motto when they spoke to me about my friends. Better to have a few good friends than a bunch of friends who are not there for you. They taught me to always respect others no matter what. They taught me that family is forever and ultimately my backbone. But most importantly, they taught me unconditional love.
Regardless of what type of family we were born into, we've shared similarities within our families. Our families have always and continue to provide us with unconditional love and support. We both agree that our families account for a huge part of what we learned since birth.